Hello, so just quickly want to cover vectors. Quite often you'll get vectors as a return type. You're probably already familiar with arrays. They are similar to a list in Python. So arrays of a fixed size that must be known at compile time because their data gets stored on the stack. Vectors, they're like arrays, but you don't have to know a vector size when you instantiate it, and the data is stored on the heap. With a vector, we need to handle ownership and borrowing in the same way as we do with a string. So let's have a look at an example. Okay, so let's make a new directory. Call it vectors. Change to that directory. Then we'll open up code in that directory. And then what we will do is we will open up terminal, new terminal, and we will do cargo, new, we'll call it vector demo. And you can see created binary application, vector demo package. Go over here, go into source, click on main, and we can see it's built us a generic hello world. Okay, so this is our example that we're going to base our code on. Let mute vec, we'll change that because that's the name of the vector. Vec i32, 32-bit integer. We are going to use a string instead, and then on the other side of the equals we do vec capital V, remember, double colon, and then new followed by the semicolon. What we can do is over here, hover over here, you can run it and opens up the Rust playground, and we will have the code. So all it's done is create a main function with that one line of code, and if we run it, we don't get any error, so we know that's all good. It would have been strange if it hadn't been, so we could just change this to string in here actually. And run it again. And again, we don't get any error, so it's all good. Right, now we can go back to VS Code and we will continue and write our own code. Right, so let's start adding to our vector. First thing we need to do is the name of the vector, cars.push, and then we simply do string, double colon, followed by from, and then inside the brackets we put our string. So let's put BMW, cars.push, string, from Honda, and let's do one more, ID. And then because it's now got some elements in it, we can print it just using print ln exclamation mark, which is, we know, is the macro, cars vectors. Then we just do the curly braces with the colon question mark as the debug mode, which will let us print what we've got inside the cars vector. So if we do this, and then we do cargo build, it's compiled, and then if we do cargo run, our vector of cars. So that is a very simple example. Let's move to the next one. By the way, if we want to just remove the last item from that vector, you could do something like this. So you could say let last equal cars dot pop, and now if we run it, build it, we've just got BMW and Honda. Okay, so what if we want to just get the first item from the list vector? First equal cars.get, and to isolate it we use 0 to get the first element, and then we will just do print ln build that, run that, and there we see the first car in the list, i.e. element 0 is some BMW, and we'll go into some and none in the future video. There is a macro for this as well, which is if we say let nums equal, then vec lowercase v, and much like an array really. There we go. And we just do print ln. We did cargo builds, cargo run. There you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a vec with the lowercase and the exclamation mark. That's a macro. So that just lets you pre-populate the vector.